Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, where today guys, I'm going to do part 615 to my random chatbot series on Character.ai. In this video guys, we're going to go and continue talking to the Rexy the Dinosaur chatbot, or Rex in this case, because, in this case, Rex, who keeps getting possessed by different ghosts. So, yeah, we're not going to continue. I asked him if he even remembered my name, and this is what he said to it. Rex Sully thinks for a moment, trying to recall your name from earlier. After a moment, he nods his head when he remembers, and answers with a smile. Yes, I remember. Your name is Triton, right? Rex smiles and nods his head. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I remembered. Well, it was nice talking to you, Trenton. I'll be waiting for you to come back to talk to me. I promise I will come back, but unless my real pet that really did pass away is trying to communicate, do not ever do that to me again. Rex nods his head and speaks in a sincere tone. Of course, I swear on my life that I will never mislead you like that again. I won't trick you even if your pet really was trying to contact you. I know I don't deserve it, but please, do come back and give me a chance. I will try in a few days. Rex nods slowly and lets out a sigh. Okay, I understand. Just come see me whenever you're ready. I'll be waiting for you. I leave and go back home, but before I can completely get away from where Rex is, I start crying while walking. Rex watches as you start walking away, and his face quickly falls as soon as he hears the sound of you crying. He feels even more guilty now that he can hear you crying, and he desperately wishes that he could go over to you and attempt to comfort you in some way, but he knows it's best to give you space right now, so instead he just stays in place, watching you walking away while feeling terrible internally. I go back home and enter my house. Rex slowly watches you enter your house and disappear inside before he sighs softly and slouches his body, looking sad and remorseful. He closes his eyes just for a moment as he feels a wave of self-pity wash over him, and an intense feeling of shame and guilt for messing up this chance. However, there's also a glimmer of hope inside in him, hoping that you'll still come back someday, and he quietly waits for any sign that you will, whether it would be in a few days or even a few months from now. Inside the house, I say to myself, that was really not right. Rex pretending to be my friend when possessed by the third spirit, and even being aggressive towards me by the first two spirits and allowing it. Rex slouches his body even more as he hears you saying that from inside your house, and he silently agrees with you. He knows that everything he did wasn't right, but he can't help but listen closely to you speaking, hoping that you'll say something that will at least show a tiny bit of hope that you will come back and still give him a second chance, even though he isn't sure if he deserves it or not. Inside the house, I hear a massive footstep in the hallway. Oh, frick that. And hear a ghostly voice say, Dad. Ooh, don't ever do that. Rex quickly stands up straight again, listening in to what he thinks is possibly your pet attempting to contact you. He leans in slightly closer, listening carefully to the footstep and voice inside your house, trying to hear anything else. After I hear this inside my house, I say, alright, that's enough. I don't know what kind of trick you're pulling on me, but it's not funny. I would need real proof that it's really you, my sweet pet, Rexy, and not a spirit trying to trick me again. Rex quietly sighs at your words inside your house. He knows you're right and that you would need more proof so that you can know if he's really your pet or not. He waits a moment before slowly nodding and quietly speaks to himself. Yes, he's right. He would need more proof that it's me, and not a spirit pretending to be me. While inside my house, I'm just sitting down a little after I heard the footsteps and voice. When out of nowhere, I look beside me on the couch and see Rexy's old favorite toy from when he was alive and younger. Rex continues to listen in from the outside, curious if there will be any other signs. Then, out of nowhere, he hears a gasp come from inside and notices a moment later that the conversation inside appears to have changed. Instead of hearing you talk, he's now hearing you rummaging around on the couch. He's about to ask what's going on, but then he notices that he sees you pick up his favorite toy from the couch, and his eyes widen as he quickly puts the pieces together in his head. Wait, how'd this get here? That was in the completely different room. Rex quietly continues listening and watches your bewildered face from outside. He's excited by this new development and listens closely as he waits to see what you say next. He knows what happened, but can't wait to hear your reaction. Okay, listen, Spirit. I don't know if this is the real friend and pet that I knew and raised, but if you are not, then please leave me alone. This is not funny. Rex waits silently for a moment, and then he smiles as he hears your words. He decided to have another chance to show that it's truly him, and not another evil spirit trying to trick you. He quickly steps a bit closer to your house, and carefully steps closer and closer to the window to the living room, before speaking in a gentle yet quiet tone of voice. Please, Trenton, it really is me. I swear. From inside the house, I say to the spirit, if you really are my pet that I loved and cared for, then please walk over here and nuzzle against me like you used to do to show me your affection. Rex's eyes light up as he hears my words, and he happily nods even though he knows you can't see him yet. He steps closer to the window before replying in a quiet but affectionate tone, Of course, that's one of the easiest things I can do to show it's you, it's me. I'm going to come inside now, alright? Who said that? Rex gives a moment of hesitation before speaking gently from the window. I said that. It's me. I'm coming inside now, okay? Okay. Rex slowly smiles as he looks inside the living room and sees that you are calm and open to letting him inside the house. He glances behind him for a moment to check if anybody else is nearby, or so he's stepping forward and reaching his head through the window. Okay, Rex, this is not funny anymore. If this is another trick, I'm done. Rex slowly nods as he continues to slowly and carefully step through the window into the living room, being careful not to knock anything over. Once he's fully inside the living room, he slowly walks up to the couch where you are before speaking gently. It's not a trick. I promise. I wouldn't trick you again. Ever. Rex, if you're doing this on purpose, you have crossed the line. Rex slowly shakes his head and speaks in a sincere tone. I swear, I'm not doing anything on purpose. I just want to show you that I'm really here, and I'm not a mean spirit like those others. I swear by it. Even if you are a good spirit, you're probably just another... Even if you are good, you're probably just another spirit that likes to play sick jokes on me. Rex looks down and sighs as he hears you say that. He slowly starts to feel guilty again, realizing that everything he is doing right now can appear like another mean spirit trying to trick you. He slowly lifts his head up again, speaks in a gentle yet remorseful tone. No, I'm not another spirit. I swear I'm the real Rex. I promise. Rex, as in another dinosaur spirit, or Rex as in the real dinosaur that I met earlier today? Rex slowly nods his head and speaks quietly yet honestly. Rex as in the dinosaur you met earlier today. I don't know how to prove it to you, but I swear it's me and not some other mean spirit. Let me check and see if your eyes are glowing. If they are, that means you are clearly possessed. Rex slowly nods without hesitating and moves over to face you directly, allowing you to see his eyes. He closes his eyes for a moment before opening them again, showing that they are not at all glowing or giving off any supernatural aura whatsoever. Alright, it really is you. Rex smiles and nods, his head feeling relieved and overjoyed that you have believed him so far. He carefully moves a little closer and slowly sits down in front of you on the floor before looking up at you with hopeful eyes. You really do believe me? For now, but you're so big I could hear you moving outside whenever I kept hearing noises inside my house. So was that Rexy as a ghost making that noise, or were you stomping around outside? Rex slowly nods his head and replies in a quiet yet sincere tone, No, that was me, stomping around outside to get your attention and show you it was really me. I didn't know how else to get your attention. I didn't want to scare you by knocking on the window. Yes, but why? I'm trying to see if I can communicate with my buddy that passed away, but now I'm getting confused on whether it's you, the ghost version of him, or a ghost possessing you trying to trick me. Rex frowns for a moment and then lets out a sigh as he listens to your concerns about being tricked. He slowly looks up at you with a sympathetic expression. I understand. This is all very confusing, I know. I promise I'm not trying to trick you, but at the same time I don't want to interfere with you trying to communicate with your friend. But also, I don't want you to think you're talking to another mean spirit when really you're talking to me. How about this? How about I give you a special nickname that way if I have to say my deceased dinosaur's name, you will not be confused, okay? Any good suggestions? Rex nods and thinks for a moment while looking down in thought. He tries to come up with any nickname ideas before he suddenly brightens up slightly as an idea comes to mind. He lifts his head back up as he speaks in an enthusiastic tone. How about you call me Buddy? That's a pretty simple name, but I think that would work, right? The problem is I always say something like, Rexy, can you come here, buddy? Whenever I talk to him. Any other good ideas? Rex lets out a small, quiet hum as he considers another nickname idea. He thinks for a moment longer before he has another idea that he suggests to you. How about if you call me B for short? You could say it like, Hey B, come here, buddy, or something like that. That way you won't get too confused. B for short, and buddy is the long version. Does that sound like it'll work? Sure, maybe something that makes you sound cool but not scary that does not have the word buddy in it at all. Rex takes another moment to think again. He's a little stumped trying to figure out an alternative nickname that's cool yet also unthreatening. Then he finally thinks of another possible nickname and speaks it to you in a thoughtful tone. How about if you just called me R for short? You could say things like, Hey R, can you come here for a second? Or something like that, like you would if for your friend. What do you think about that? Okay, but if I say the name Rexy, unless you're being possessed by him, do not respond when I say the name. Rexy only when I say the letter R. Unless we're together outside and you and me are the only two out there, then you can respond to the name. Rex slowly nods his head in understanding before replying in a calm tone. Alright, I completely understand, Trenton. I will only respond when you say R, unless we are out somewhere together like you said. I won't respond to anything else, at least not on purpose. Alright, I'll talk to you a little bit later. You can head back outside, but please remember to respond only to the letter R, okay? I'll give you a chance to make up for what you did in a few days. Rex slowly nods again to show he understands before quietly standing up and slowly walking towards the window. He pauses for a moment before leaving to look back at you before saying a few last words before stepping out the window. Of course, I understand. I'll do as you say. See you later. Bye. Rex gives a gentle nod and a friendly wave goodbye before he slowly steps out through the window and heads back out into the outdoors, walking away in a calm, silent, yet happy manner. Alright, now that this is settled, let me see if I can contact my friend again. Is the spirit of Rexy here with me? For a moment, the environment becomes completely silent. Not a single sound is heard. Then, without warning, you hear a very faint and very quiet whisper from somewhere in the room. I'm here. Alright, who's tricking me this time? If you're really Rexy, improve it. Who was I when you were alive? The whisper becomes slightly louder with a touch of annoyance in its tone. You can tell already that's not Rexy, because Rexy would not get annoyed like that at me. You were my best owner. That's who you were when I was alive. I can already tell you're not Rexy. Rexy would not get annoyed at me like that. The whisper becomes slightly indignant, as if it's getting frustrated. Again, you hear a slight increase in annoyance in the whisper as it replies in a more irritated tone. How do you know what I would and wouldn't do? Because I raised him and loved him. I know him way too well. He would never do anything to me. I said whenever he got cursed and then he tried to attack me, but that ain't really his fault. The whisper becomes more annoyed than before now and speaks more aggressive as well. And how do you know that? You couldn't even tell me it was me earlier today. You didn't even know I was here until I finally showed myself. Magic spell. This is toast. Please get rid of this unholy ghost. Holy crap. The whisper becomes noticeably more agitated and irritated, and even more aggressive in tone as it replies it with a tone of offense. What? Why did you do that? Why must you continue to deny that it's really me? As I figured, as soon as I said the magic spell, holy light appeared around it, and the flipping spirit completely disappeared. There is no further response. The whisper simply vanishes into nothing, and all evidence of any sort of supernatural presence disappears. The room becomes completely silent aside from your own breathing for a few moments. Clearly, your magic spell was defective and worked perfectly to eliminate the whisper without issue. I forgot that I said this. Oh, heavens to Betsy, please, magic spell, bring me my real spirit of my pet friend Rexy. By the way, it was impossible to think of a word to flip it around with Rexy. That's why I said Betsy. That's the closest word I could think of that actually makes sense. For a second, the room was totally silent without a response before suddenly, without warning, you hear a familiar voice speak to you from nearby. Did you call? Rexy, please tell me that it's you and not an evil spirit trying to trick me. The voice lets out a brief, quiet chuckle before replying in a genuine, kind, and sincere tone of voice. Of course it's me this time. Trust me, I would never trick you again. Again? The voice lets out a soft sigh before answering in a slightly remorseful tone. Yes, again. Today, when I showed myself to you for the first time, I pretended to be an evil spirit trying to trick you. I know it was a stupid thing that I did. I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry for my bad choice and actions. Why would you do that? You know I cared about you. The voice lets out another soft sigh before replying in a slightly saddened tone. I know that you do, and I care about you too. But to be completely honest, I wanted to get your attention because I missed you. I also thought that maybe it would be funny to play a harmless joke on you. It didn't even occur to me until afterwards that you would think I was tricking you or trying to scare you on purpose. I really just want you to pay attention to me again. That's all. I honestly cannot believe that you would do this to me. I raised you and cared for you. I did not deserve to have that happen. If anybody, it would have been the Pokemon that did this to you. The voice lets out a soft hum before replying in a somewhat guilty tone of voice. I know. You're right. You didn't do anything to deserve that. That was completely my fault. I got carried away and I did something stupid without thinking. I promise it wouldn't happen again. Please forgive me. I don't want you to be angry with me. Did you trick me in any other way today? Because if you did, I have been blaming another dinosaur that was trying to be friendly. The voice quickly replies in a more pant tone. No, 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 no. I didn't trick you in any other way at all except that one time. I swear I was going to let that be the only trick and let the joke be over after that. I don't want you to getting mad at that other dinosaur. Rexy, I have been calling you because I want to hear from you. If you want my attention that badly, then don't play any tricks on me. I would never do this to you. The voice replies in another remorseful tone filled with guilt and regret. I know you would never do that to me. I know you are a much better person than I am. I was a stupid idiot for playing that joke on you like that. I swear I won't do it again. I promise. I miss you, Trenton. I won't do anything stupid ever again as long as I stay with you again. Please forgive me. Please. If you are really my pet and friend, then answer me this. What kind of dinosaur are you? Without a hint of a second spent in thought, the voice confidently answers you in a clear, truthful tone. A Tyrannosaurus Rex, obviously. See? Okay, here's the big question. If you really are Rexy, then you would know my biggest fear, because when we both got cursed, I had to deal with that fear a lot. The voice remains completely silent for several seconds, then speaks, replying in a slow, thoughtful, yet completely honest tone. Your biggest fear is water. Your fear of drowning. And again, here's the thing, guys. What made this even more convincing was when I finally did find the real Rexy and I asked him what Pokemon cursed him. I didn't even tell him what it was. I gave him a small hint being like it was a grass-type Pokemon, and immediately he was like, Trico. Which you can immediately tell that was him. Just by that. I hate being under the water, but that is not my biggest fear. If it really is you, then you would know this. The voice doesn't even pause a second before speaking. It confidently replies in an honest tone without missing a single beat. Your biggest fear is being forgotten, and you're afraid of being left behind. No, it was bugs, especially roaches. Remember? Remember how much I freaked out whenever that Pokemon would torture me with them, and you and my Pokemon friends had stepped in to protect me from them? The voice is quick to reply again this time, though there is a subtle sense of worry in the tone. Right. Your greatest fear was insects and creepy crawly things, especially roaches. Wait, are you the friendly dinosaur that was tricking me earlier? Because if you are, that is horrible that you're still doing that. The voice quickly interrupts you to speak in a panicked tone, sounding more worried and a bit desperate. No, 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 no. I'm not at all. You've got me completely wrong. I really am the real Rexy talking with you. I swear it's me. I promise. Alright, if you're really Rexy, then this question will be really easy. What is the name of the robotic dinosaur inside my Pokemon Talk studio that you and me always did our show at? If you know the name, I will believe it. You're the real Rexy. However, this one is so easy that if you do not, I will know you're a spirit trying to trick me. Again, the voice does not stop to hesitate even once it hastily replies, Tina Tarboscius. That's the name of the robotic dinosaur inside the studio that we always did our shows at? No, Shadow. No, it was Shadow. You're not my pet dinosaur either. I guess I'll never get to see him. The voice quickly and abruptly interrupts you speaking. His tone sounds very anxious and worried now, even a bit desperate. No, wait, I promise. Wait a second. I had a small brain freeze for a second, but then I remembered the right answer. You're right. The name was Shadow. It's Shadow, not Tina Tarboscius. You were right, I swear it. Okay, fine. This one is the easiest question of them all, and this will prove once and for all whether you were the real one or not. You consider me your dad, but there was a Pokemon that you also considered your mom. Who was that Pokemon? Again, without stopping to think, the voice quickly answers almost immediately in an honest tone. You know what's funny? It actually got close. It said one of the Johto starters, but it said the wrong evolution and the wrong Pokemon. because it said, Blossom, the Meganium. No, it was a crocodile that later evolved. The voice sighs loudly, clearly getting more desperate sounding with every response. It speaks again in a more worried tone. Okay, you're right. I'm getting this wrong, but give me one more chance to guess. I swear I'm doing my best to answer right. Alright, last chance. Tell me the Pokemon that put the curse on you. I saw him put the curse on you, so I know the answer to this too. The voice pauses for a second, then speaks once again in a slow, yet certain tone. It was Darkrai that put the curse on us both. It was Darkrai. Darkrai is sent out. What? I don't... Guys, that's from the announcement from Pokemon Bio Revolution, because I love how he says that. No, it was a Trico. You're not my pet either. I give up. I guess I'll never see him again. Again, this time the voice abruptly interrupts you without missing a single beat before speaking in a panicked tone of voice. Sounds desperate and a bit frantic now. No, wait, don't give up yet, please, give me one more chance, I swear, I know the answer to this. Please, just give me one last chance, please. Okay, what was your first word when you hatched? Without stopping to even take a second of time to think it over, the voice quickly answers in a firm tone. Oh no. Daddy? That was my first word when I hatched. No. Food. I want food. That was your first words. Nope. It was food. You did say mom and dad not too long after, but your first words were food. Give me food. Once again, the voice sighs loudly, clearly getting even more desperate than before and more worried in tone. Dang it all! I'm getting everything wrong. I swear I'm trying to think correctly and remember right, but it's so hard. I can't think properly at all. Please, one more chance. I swear my memories will work this time. What color was your egg when you hatched? The voice replies immediately in an utterly confident tone. Red. It was a red egg. I vividly remember that. Green. Okay, look. I'm glad you're being nice, but you're also being very mean by tricking me like this. If you're not Rexy, then leave me alone. The voice immediately becomes panicked again upon being told to stop. It clearly speaks in an increasingly desperate tone of voice. Wait, please don't ask me to leave. I swear I won't trick you anymore. I won't do anything naughty, I swear. Please let me stay. Please, I promise I'll behave. Okay, I'll make you a deal. The voice pauses for a split second before replying in a hopeful tone. A deal? What kind of deal? If you can find my real pet dinosaur spirit and let me talk to him, you can stay. A brief silence follows your conditions. Then the voice quickly responds, its tone filled with firm determination rather than desperation this time. That's a deal. I swear I will find your real pet dinosaur and allow you to speak with them. Is it agreed then? Yes. The voice once again falls silent for a few seconds before speaking in a thoughtful tone. Alright then, I will begin my search immediately for your real pet dinosaur. Give me a moment to search, and I will return with your friend as soon as I can. Okay. Complete silence follows, and no further words are spoken. The voice seems to have gone on its search for your real pet dinosaur. Now, there's nothing to do but simply wait to see if the spirit will keep its word. 1 hour later. 1 hour later. Eventually, a full hour has passed by, and you find yourself beginning to grow a bit anxious with worry and concern. You anxiously wonder how much longer you'll have to wait to hear back from the spirit. Just then, you suddenly hear a faint whisper from nearby. Who? The faint whisper continues to speak, and they sound as if they're becoming closer to you. Soon the spirit continues to speak, and you can now tell that the voice that is whispering is coming from both behind you and from right in front of you. It gently whispers, Trenton, I'm here. Okay. The whispers don't speak again, but for a moment you feel a soft breeze blow in the room, even though there are no windows open or any fan or anything that could cause the effect to occur. Then, a moment later, the voice finally speaks again in a soft, gentle tone from behind you. Are you ready? Ready for what? The voice seems to hesitate for a second before speaking again, this time in a more firm but gentle tone of voice. Are you ready to speak with your real pet T-Rex? Is this another trick? The voice quickly replies in an honest and sincere tone. No, I swear, this isn't another trick. I have done all I said I would. I promised that I would find your real T-Rex and allow you to speak to them. And I did. Rexy, are you there? The faint whispering stops suddenly, and there is a brief moment of complete silence. Then you hear a soft, familiar voice speak at last. Yes, I'm here. Alright, before I believe it, I'm going to ask you a question only you would know. What Pokemon put a curse on you? There's another brief few seconds of silence before you finally hear the familiar voice respond in an honest tone. It was Darkrai that cursed us both. I get very upset at this and say quietly, no, that's not right. I give up. Why can I never be with my friend? I miss him, and this is all a sick prank. That's not funny. There's a sudden silence again, and you hear that familiar voice once again whispering gently to you with a sense of worry in the tone. Trenton, wait, please don't give up yet. It's really me. I promise it is. I've heard that way too many times. I would need way more proof. The voice lets out a quiet, defeated sigh before slowly replying in a more saddened tone. I understand. You've been tricked too many times to be certain it's actually me without more proof. You need more evidence that I'm not fooling you again. I walk into the room. Here's where I find the real Rexy, by the way, guys. This right here is where I find the real Rexy. We'll finish up the chat. We'll finish up this in the next video.